What is going on, everybody? I'm back making another video, and in today's video, I've been talking with some pros and also just putting some hours into the game to get better, and I came up with a top 10 tips and tricks so that you guys can become pros in this game. And once you get the hang of all of these tricks, it'll literally just make the game 1,000 times easier, and then you can start getting really good. I'm gonna just let myself die real quick so that I can just go over all these tips and tricks. I'm gonna put on AFK. So I'm gonna start off with the top 10, and then I'm gonna play some games and give you guys some other smaller tips that you kind of have to see in game to really understand. But yeah, starting off with number 1, you're gonna want to block before the ball gets to you. And the most asked question when it comes to this game is, how does your block reset so quick? Mine takes a full second to reset. The block only takes a second to reset if you block without hitting the ball. So if you just block for no reason out of nowhere and the ball's not coming for you, it's going to take a full second for your block to reset. But your block resets instantly when you hit the ball. That's why people are able to hit the ball back and forth super fast, because when you actually hit the ball, you get your block back instantly. That's why it's really useful to use abilities that can fade out people's block, such as pull. You can pull the ball back to you and then hit it right back at them, but they thought the ball was going to them, so they blocked early. So that's the first tip. You want to block before the ball gets to you. You can actually block like almost a full second before the ball gets to you, and it'll still work. And yes, your block instantly resets if you hit the ball. So tip number 2 is you're going to want to use a good ability. I was just talking about pull, because you can use pull to bait out someone's block, and if they block without hitting the ball, then it's going to take a full second for their block to reset. So if you pull the ball towards you when they're about to hit it, and then you hit it right back at them, they won't have their block in time. So you'll obviously just win that fight. So a lot of other really good abilities are like force field. If the ball's coming at you and you activate your force field, it'll just instantly go back to somebody else. So it's like an unlimited block for however long your force field lasts. And it says weaker during standoff, but if you get right in someone's face with force field and it just keeps hitting right back at them super fast, it can definitely catch people off guard and you can get an easy win. Another ability that's really good that a lot of people don't know about is wind cloak, because it makes you super fast and have a huge jump boost for a while. So you can just run around people and hit the ball into their back, or you can jump really high in the air and go way off to the side of someone and hit the ball and they won't see it coming. So I can do a totally separate video on the best abilities. I could go into all the abilities and which ones are good for what reason, but the number 2 tip is just use a good ability. If you want my recommendation, I would say force field, invisibility, wind cloak, raging deflect, pull, and rapture. Those are probably my top 6 in no particular order. They're all pretty good. And then for the third tip is you're going to want to aim the ball up for some of your hits. You can have the ball coming at you and hit you in the back, but as long as you swing, you don't have to be looking at the ball to block it. So if you see the ball coming at you, you can literally just turn backwards and hit it at someone behind you, or you can just shoot your camera up in the air and still block at around the same time. And remember the first tip, block before the ball gets to you. You can block like almost a second before the ball hits you, and your block will still work. Tip number 4 is stay away from people. I see people die all the time because they're standing right next to someone, and then that person hits the ball, and it goes to the person right next to them. So if you're standing near people and they hit the ball and it goes at you, you're going to have 0 time to react. Tip number 5 is don't stand in the middle either. You want to stay away from people and stay near the edges. I've literally stood in the middle before, and right after somebody died, the ball spawned, obviously in the middle where it always spawns, but the ball was coming at me. So the ball literally just spawned inside my head and I instantly died. So don't stand in the middle. Tip number 6 is to join the group, get your group awards, and also use codes and do your quests, because obviously you need money to get good skills or abilities and upgrade them. So make sure you join the group, do your quest, and enter codes. If you guys don't know where codes is, just hit extra up here. Here's the codes, and I'll just give you guys some